Of the over 750 custom items in Hypixel Skyblock, there are a handful of them that are so special, so rare, that only a few players have ever gotten to see them, let alone own them. These are items so rare that many people aren't even aware of their existence, and on the rare occasion that they are sold on the auction house, they can go for as much as 1 billion coins or more. Of those are the Game Breaker, a trophy item awarded to players who reported a game-breaking bug to staff, the Dead Bush of Love, awarded to beta testers, the Quality Map, awarded to the build team members who made the islands that we grind for stats on for hundreds of hours, and finally, the Creative Mind. This is an item that is awarded to players who introduce a novel idea that ultimately gets added into the game. According to the wiki, creative minds have been given out for a variety of ideas, including the magical water bucket, the no you voice lines that minions randomly tell each other back and forth, the pets update, wardrobe, sacks, washed up souvenir. To date, 16 creative minds have been awarded to players, of which 6 are unaccounted for. No one knows who got them or why. We know this because each creative mind is actually given an edition number that shows in which order they were given. As you already know from the title of this video, 2 of those creative minds are from my ideas. Those of you that have been around for a while might remember back in October of 2020 that I received the creative mind for coding a Hypixel friendly builder's wand with my plugin framework Uber items. I also came up with a non-confusing way to describe how it works in words, which would help in making the actual description for the item ability, and that was the quote, extends connected block faces. It still isn't the most understandable, but at least it works. Anyone who's used a builder's wand would agree that's a good way to describe what happens. In that video that I made, I promised that I would make it my goal to get another creative mind, and that day has finally come. Over a year later. Do you want to know what else is original, visionary, inventive, and innovative? I would even add ingenious, clever, a masterpiece. Sorry. The sponsor of this video, Salad.io. If you're watching this video on a gaming computer, without even knowing it, you're sitting on a way to make passive income, which is the best kind of income. Salad is an app that uses your GPU to generate money, which you could use to get Visa gift cards, Spotify subscriptions, Discord Nitro, Minecraft accounts, and even ranks on Hypixel. There's a ton of other stuff on there, like, look at it all. It's endless, dude. You just download the app, make an account, and click the start button. It will then automatically start generating free money right away. Now, I know this sounds too good to be true, but trust me, I've done my research and everything about the process makes sense if you read up on the articles in the description. Mining cryptocurrency is becoming more and more common every single day, and is actually why it's so difficult to find a store with GPUs in stock, like in the past 2 years. Anyway, check the link in the description or just go to Salad.io and make sure to use code 30virus to double your earnings. You can ask anyone who played Minecraft back in 2013, Skyblock was all people would talk about at the time. The unique challenge would take a game known for its vast open landscapes, rich with resources and enemies, interesting structures, and NPCs to trade with, and strip it all down to the bare essentials. In Skyblock, you're given nothing but a small dirt island floating in the endless void, a single oak tree, and a chest with a lava bucket and ice block. Playing Skyblock makes you feel like the greatest Minecraft player ever, because you could stretch the game's mechanics and do many things that you would never guess were possible. How does a player build with more than just the blocks making up the small island? Well, place the lava and ice in a specific way to generate infinite cobblestone. Speaking of cobblestone generators, my experience with Skyblock back in 2013 actually led to the idea that ultimately made my most popular video to date, the top video of the entire channel, with like 1.2 million plus views. And it was a tutorial for a cobblestone generator I designed that used pistons to quickly and losslessly bring cobblestone to an AFK player holding down left click and automatically storing it. Yes, that design that you've probably seen everywhere on servers and YouTube series, that was me. Over 7 years ago, I'm the guy who designed that thing. It's funny, people sometimes notice that. They're like, wait, that was you? Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Do you need mob drops in Skyblock? Build about 30 blocks out and then build a platform. At night, mobs will spawn. Too lazy to kill the mobs yourself? Make a big box in the sky that's dark in the inside and has clever water currents. And then boom, you have a mob grinder. How would you get iron if there's no ore to mine? Simple. Grow enough trees and kill enough zombie pigmen to make a golden apple. Brew a weakness potion using bottles that you got by killing witches and ingredients you got from killing mobs. Wait for a zombie villager to spawn, trap and cure it. Repeat a second time, then breed the villagers until you get a dozen of them. Bunch them up in a specific way and place enough doors, then boom! You can spawn golems and harvest their iron. As you play the game, you feel like you're cheating the system, and anyone who's found a game-breaking bug in any game can tell you that it's extremely satisfying and fun. I myself remember back in my Halo 3 days in Forge how I could build a base out in the outskirts of Sandtrap, and like those laser things that shoot at you just can't hit you if you know, block it from the top side. Anyways, enough of that. Hypixel Skyblock somewhat removed that cheatsy element of the game and replaced it with a more structured progression system, which isn't a bad thing, it's just different. In my pursuit to milk the game for everything it's got, I mean make more Skyblock content, I would always keep a lookout for new and interesting ways to play. I noticed that a fellow YouTuber, Omicron Gaming, was playing Hypixel Skyblock much in the style of classic Skyblock by never leaving his private island. After asking for and getting permission, Fezzi and I went ahead and made our own series, calling it Hypixel Skyblock Vanilla-ish. We did find some creative tricks to get more resources than were probably intended by the developers. For example, using a single coal that was in the spawn chest to make an auto smelter and then turn the wood minion on the island into a coal minion. We also discovered that you can grow jungle trees for vines, which can be crafted with enchanted diamonds from fishing to make diamond spreading. Playing on that challenge profile is one of my highlights in the past 2 years of playing Hypixel Skyblock. But unfortunately, after only 7 episodes, we ran out of stuff to do because, like I said, Hypixel Skyblock is just not made that way. Despite the runtime of that series being over a year and a half ago, I still remember a conversation that Jay Varman, one of the lead game designers, and I had about potentially turning this idea into an actual game mode for Skyblock. Ideas were exchanged, calls were scheduled, but ultimately talks came to an end when other aspects of the game just needed more attention and videos needed to be made and life moved on. My prediction actually was dungeons. There was a lot that needed fixing back then. Fast forward to late 2021, Hypixel Skyblock hadn't received a content update in about 6 months, and community interest in the game was at the lowest it's been since 2019. YouTubers such as myself have been struggling to make videos that haven't already been done before, some reducing the frequency of uploads and others quitting entirely. This was the time that Fezzi and I took our first 1-month break in years because we simply couldn't keep up with half the uploads that we did earlier that year. It was bad. We already reduced our upload schedule but still couldn't keep up. That's when I pitched my idea again to Simon in Twitter DMs. For those of you that don't know, Simon's the owner of Hypixel. I insisted that they add a new game mode type that promotes playing in a new and creative way and would bring a lot of interest back into the game. He agreed and told me to list out all of my ideas to bring Hypixel Skyblock entirely to the private island. I spent the following 4 hours writing up a Google Doc with the general theme of obtaining new gear in cheatsy or not expected ways, where players would feel like they're cheating the system, or like that sort of feel, that exciting feeling from the original days of Skyblock. I reiterate that what made vanilla Skyblock so appealing in the first place was the idea that the game mode was a challenge. There would be no hand holding or clear paths to take. The game wouldn't tell you where to go. You would need to have a vast knowledge of the game's mechanics already and think outside of the box to progress. That's exactly how I wrote the Google Doc, and I tried my best to make the new experience something that's not only difficult, but memorable. Before long, the document was handed off to J.F. Varman, and we had a long Discord call figuring out how to obtain almost every item and collection in the game. Not sure how the mining's gonna work. For example, in my idea document, you could get jungle leaves from the trade menu in exchange for 4 birch saplings. Then break those jungle leaves to get jungle saplings. If you get 4 of those, and then grow a large jungle tree, then it has a chance to spawn cocoa beans. Then boom, cocoa bean collection unlocked in a completely indirect way. Within a week, the game mode was on the alpha server. Yeah, a week. That part surprised me too. And it was called Stranded. I actually haven't tried it yet because I want my first impression of the game mode to be on video and stream because, you know, it's more exciting. But I can say that I'm extremely excited to actually play this thing. Jaya himself told me that he's been having a ton of fun playtesting it, and the reaction overall seems to be positive from the community. I was told that A-Punch, the developer working on it, would take a break like everybody else over the holidays, but apparently he didn't, which might say something. Maybe the staff's super excited about this update too. Anyway, now for the part you've been waiting for. In exchange for my pushing for the addition of this mode and the ideas I introduced afterwards, Jaya Varman agreed to reward me with the creative mind. I have just been informed that I have a special surprise waiting for me if I visit Jaya Varman's island. Oh boy, here we go. Hello. Oh, there it is. There it is. He's asking if it worked. It looks a little different. So, okay, so apparently he wanted to change the command so it didn't say who gave it to me, but it says who gave it to me. And it also, it's not showing his rank, which is very interesting. It's just like, And there you have it, guys. I now have 2 creative minds in my possession, and I think life is complete. My Skyblock career, it could be all downhill from here, but at least I'll know that I got my second creative mind. Well, anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like down below and leave some ideas in the comments. Maybe you can get a creative mind, who knows? But for now, I guess that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.